it's so funny, right? It's like you're speaking to the young people, but obviously me hearing you talk and getting to know you a little bit more just through this live, it is so easily to see why you're so successful.
Mm-hmm.
It's so easy to see. Like I'm just listening to you, and I'm like, there's time management, the value of time, the structure of his life, accountability, letting his sister talk him into getting on YouTube, listening to what the other people want, not what he necessarily wants, showing
Right.
people how to cut hair, asking them, can they record it if they say no, overcoming rejection. All of these things are quality traits that young people need to understand.
Right. Right.
So
What are some of your thoughts when you see
I
some of these
appreciate it.
young people out here wilding out of barber school, bro? Hopping on Instagram talking about $100 a cut, know your worth. Hopping on Instagram talking about, if you can't afford it, sorry, there's a barber out there that can.
Oof.
Like, do you see that type of stuff? Do you just
I
what do
see
you
it.
think?
I feel like some of us dropped the ball.
Mm.
As far as like setting the example. To be honest with you, it's not enough of us speaking like this and operating like this. And these, sad to say, but some of the influencers are to blame because of it, because they're showing the success, but not showing what it took to get there. They're just showing, all you see is the success. All you see is okay, he's at 100K, he's doing shows, he's and it's just like you said on that post, Marv, like they get up there and they say, know your worth. That's kind of the wrong message to send to somebody coming straight out of school. They want to be where you are. Know your worth ain't enough.
Where you get your beats?
Alright, you guys, so what I'm gonna do first, I'm gonna comb everything out, lay everything on the sides down. I did wash my client's hair before I started cutting, and before I washed it, it basically was in curls. So at the end, I am gonna curl it and put it back the way it was. So right now I'm just picking it out so I can knock off the bulk by giving it some shape. So normally I would shape it, on the sides like it was, but I really want to give you guys a perspective on what I'm doing and what happens when you decide to give it shape. So right now I'm using my clippers with the lever fully closed and I'm just going straight up. My Stylecraft Instincts, putting on the 2-guard with the lever fully closed, I'm knocking all the bulk off on the sides. All right, I'm just clearing it off. That way it could be at that length that I want to set in my guidelines. So because I took the bulk off on the sides is really not gonna match the shape that I added. So I'm just gonna go back and shape the 2 into the bulk that's on top. So now I'm gonna set in my first guideline, which is the bald line, and I'm not gonna take off any area from the C cup area. I'm gonna take it right above my client's ear, and I'm gonna keep it right there. All right, I'm gonna fade around that area that I created in a rainbow-like shape. Now going back to the Instincts with the lever open, I'm going around that shape, going up about a 1/2 inch, making sure I go over that guideline multiple times to ensure that it's at that length. Doing the same thing with the one guard with the lever open, I'm going up around that rainbow-like shape, making sure I stay consistent as possible. And when you're working around tight areas, all right, remember that you could just use half of that blade to set in your guidelines. You don't have to use the full blade. Right here, you see me using the right side of that blade, not the full blade on that right side, because you know, it's a tight area and you don't want to have to focus on two things at once, like I said. So I'm not gonna focus on any more of that bulk that's being on top. I'm just gonna work my way back down. I'm gonna put on my zero guard with the lever fully closed, and in a flick out motion, I'm flicking out that middle line. Now keep in mind, I'm using the corner of my blade the entire time. Now sometimes that zero guard just doesn't take everything out. In that case, you want to go with the lever open and just detail that area. Knock those areas out where you see bulk. Last guideline you need to take out is that bottom line. All right, now with the lever fully closed in a flick out motion, flick out that bottom line. Now, if you're a beginner, you want to use the lever in the halfway position, soften up that bottom line first, and then come behind it with the lever fully closed. And after you set your guidelines in, you take out your guidelines. The last thing you want to do is detail your work. All right, this is extremely important. I just put out a video about detailing. If you want to know the in-depth about detailing, go watch that video. It's basically how to detail your work. But detailing is extremely important, man. What I like to do is I like to refer to the mirror. The mirror shows you a different perspective on the blend than just seeing it head on. All right, sometimes we can get wrapped up in the blend and just it's so blurry that we just don't see certain things. So if you don't have access to a mirror, rest your eyes, come back to the blend and get in between those areas where you see bulk, all right, by using the corners of your clipper. So to take this blend up a notch, I'm gonna use my Stylecraft shavers to make the bottom half razor bald. So what I did on this side, I did to the other side. Right now, I'm just gonna give the entire burst fade its shape, all right? I'm gonna work on the top, bringing the top down some. I'm gonna also use my shears, my curved shears to you know, detail it. But with the clippers, I'm just knocking off bulk, and I'm gonna come behind it and detail it with my shears. So I'm gonna put some curling product in my client's hair, but first I'm gonna saturate it with water. Not really get it drenched or anything, just kind of mist it. Put some product in his hair to get it back to that curl state, and then I'm gonna lock it in by blow drying it. Listen, let me tell you why they call me 360. When they sit in my chair, I spin them in a full 360, and they come out looking like
God did.
You too, this is the cut. And if you like it, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. Also, Hustle Dreams Production, that's my brother, he does all my beats. His YouTube channel will be linked in the description below. Make sure you guys go give him a follow. Also, if you want to know where you can find any tools that you seen in this video, links will be in the description below. Otherwise, you guys can follow me on Instagram and TikTok. My TikTok is official360Jeezy and my Instagram is 360Jeezy. But it's your boy 360Jeezy, and I'm out of here.